Welcome to Narrative Notions, friends, our beautiful, lovely little podcast where we talk about books, movies, TV shows, all things in media. Hashtag dead dove, do not eat. All opinions are our own. We apologize for absolutely nothing. That is Bianca. I am Bethany. I'm glad I remembered our names this time because I had to think about what our names were just for a split second there. And on today's episode, we are talking about fictional characters and which ones we would put into the octagon together. Just to watch them duke it out. Characters that have never interacted, that come from completely different platforms. So book characters versus TV show characters and all things like that. But before we get into that, Bianca, give us an update. You told me you were about to cry your eyeballs out earlier. Tell the people.
Very quick update. I'm only focusing on 2 books. Before that, I finally got my library loan for A Little Life. I was number 26th in line for literally like 4 or 5 days. And I was like, okay, it's fine. And then yesterday morning at like 3 o'clock in the morning, it was like, your loan is ready. And I'm like, I'm not ready.
Oh,
I am
you're gonna
in.
have to be.
I'm gonna have to be. I'm gonna finish it. So I did get it because I didn't want it to go on to another person because there's so many people waiting in line. But I am slogging through 2 books. I think I mentioned Stolen Tongues last time. Yes, I'm listening to it as an audiobook. I'm 50% in. Ah, it's about skinwalkers. It's about skinwalkers and
Your favorite.
I absolutely hate skinwalkers, but I was like, this is gonna be icky. And it is like, I'm like listening to it at work while doing things, and it's literally giving me goosebumps. And at one point, I was listening and it said something. It was talking about this skinwalker is like trying to possess the fiance, and she's like sleeping, and the fiance he wakes up in the middle of the night and looks over, and this fucking skeletal, bony, scraggly looking man is leaning over his fiance and like talking in another language. And he goes to get up and do something, and the fucking thing just growls at him. And I was like, and I looked over at my phone and I was like, oh my God, okay, that's fine. I got goosebumps right now. I am, oh God, how far am I? I've got 5%. 5% left of Iron Flame, the second book in the Fourth Wing series. And that's what has me on the verge of tears. There's a particular character who might die, and I also got spoiled for a little bit of it from TikTok. I don't know if it's an actual spoiler or not. I have not confirmed. It's fine. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. It's not like I wanted to live anyway or not cry during my evening. So I'll let y'all know how it ends. And if I cry, I don't have any currently watching updates. We're not gonna worry about that. What you got going on?
Okay. I just started reading the Duet with the Siren Duke in the Married to Magic books, which is the most recent one by Elise Kova, and I'm excited. I'm liking it so far. There are some things about it that I'm already like, okay, questionable, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal as of right now. So, um, I don't have any currently watching updates either. Um, I am waiting for something though. So the the public school arc of Black Butler is currently airing at the moment, which is one of my favorite arcs from the manga. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to watch it, but I'm going to wait for when all of the episodes come out so I don't have to deal with having to wait. So,
Baby update. Not human baby for my Spotify friends. There will never be any human babies. But I have my friends here behind me. I do still have High C and Fruit Punch. I have had them for 3 weeks now. Somewhere around there. They had a checkup. They were gaining weight very slowly. They are now finally eating and actually gaining weight. And this chunky man, Mr. Fruit Punch, as of yesterday was 1.8 pounds, and High C is 1.5. So they will be leaving me very soon when they hit 2 pounds and they can get out of my house. Little nuggets. Will I cry? Yes.
obviously.
But they need to get out of my house. They're going to make someone very happy.
Adorable. Okay, so we made a list of characters from all over the universe, all over the places. Bianca, would you like to start us off? What characters would you like to pit against each other? And
So
who do you think would win?
I have an idea. So
Okay.
what I have here, I have a list of just like individual characters, and
Mhm.
I think that it would be fun if we either did a spinny wheel or if say like we have our list. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 on my list currently. What if I give you a number and then we pin it against the same one of the number on yours?
Okay, we could do that.
And we just see which one would you like to do?
I like the second one. That sounds fun.
Okay.
Just a random number. So
And I'm going to, how many do you have?
I have 10, so I can leave one off if we.
I can add another one. I can add another one. We can also just go buck wild. We do whatever we want.
I say we can do that too.
I'll think of another one. And then we can
Okay.
also swap off. We can swap off. So like I will choose a number and then you choose a number. You guys, we never actually discuss anything before we do things. We literally are like, hey, what do you want the theme to be? Oh, let's do this. And then we just vibe.
Yeah.
And it's fine. Let's see. I'm gonna do number 4.
Oh. Okay.
Who's your number 4?
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Mine is Maven Calore. Okay, well, hold on. Hold on now. I mean, it's pretty obvious who would win, but, I think it's a scenario. It depends because Captain Jack Sparrow
Has
is
plot armor.
always he does have plot armor. He's always on a pirate ship and he's always surrounded by water. And Maven
Yeah.
is a fire wielder. So really, if they're in the middle of the ocean, then Maven would not win. However, if Captain Jack Sparrow is drunk, then he will lose.
Yeah. I mean, I'm it's just such a stupid scenario. But like, if we think about how much rum might be on the ship, if one little like bottle catches fire, the whole thing is going up in flames.
Then Maven wins. Whatever. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. He's smart enough to just immediately burst everything into flames. He wouldn't even have to strategize. He'd just be like, yeah, But at the same time, like,
we also have to take into account Jack's ability to confuse people by saying stupid stuff.
very true.
Because there is a very high possibility that he would just say something very random, and even Maven would be like, huh?
What?
Can you imagine if he did the jar of dirt thing in front of him? Maven be like, what the hell?
Is this man okay?
Like, do you need a therapist
Are
instead of a
you
fight? Like,
sure
what are we doing?
I'm supposed to be fighting you? Are you sure? Are you positive? Are you okay?
I
Maven
love
wouldn't
it.
even put himself in the scenario. He wouldn't
No,
even be in any type of scenario where this were to happen, but I just love this. Just the multiverse. The multiverse. And
the
Jack would just
overlap.
be like, he'd just be doing stupid shit and running around just to stay alive. And he somehow, with the power of
Mhm.
friendship and plot armor, would end up winning
That's fair.
and knocking Maven into the ocean.
Yeah.
Davy Jones. Davy Jones can take care of Maven. Spend the night in Davy Jones' locker.
Oh dear. Fun. All right. Let's see. Let me look at my. Okay. We just did number four. Let me.
Yep,
I'm gonna
I
start
made a
marking
little
off
note.
numbers. Yeah. I'm like taking them off as I go. Okay. Num okay. Number eight.
Number 8. Inuyasha.
Inuyasha. Interesting. Okay. I said Gollum.
From fucking Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
My precious.
We gotta give him credit where credit is due, okay? He bit
We
off Frodo's
do.
finger.
He bit off Frodo's finger. He fucked up. I can't currently remember his name, the best friend, the one that really likes potatoes.
Sam.
Sam. Uh, I've only seen Lord of the Rings once. And for all of the viewers out there, it was when I was in the throes, the absolute trenches of COVID.
Yeah.
I've never been more sick in my entire life. I literally lost like 6 pounds in a week. I threw up and I was dying, and I watched Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit because me and my at the time boyfriend, now fiance, did nothing but lay in bed dying. So I've only seen it once. I didn't absorb all of the details. So yes, he fucked up Sam. He tried to kill Sam. Um,
He did
didn't he
kill
try to
his
like,
friend when they found the ring in the river.
yeah, he
So,
wasn't it his brother? Killed his brother?
some something like that. I think so.
He killed his brother. How
Yeah.
unfortunate. So, Golem is a stone cold killer,
Mhm.
if you were not aware. So, is it evenly matched? No. Would he have a chance? Yeah, because Inuyasha would be like so confused. He'd be like, "What the fuck is this thing? What is that? Is it a demon? Is it something else? Why isn't it wearing any pants?
He'd be poking at it with a stick.
Eh, eh. Do I kill it? Why is it ugly?"
He'd be looking at Kagome like, "Do you know what this thing is? Is this from your world? What is this?"
Considering the time that Inuyasha came out, the first Lord of the Rings movie might have come out around the time that Kagome
Yeah.
was. Maybe? I don't know exactly the time frame that it is, but it seems like 90s, early 2000s.
The first movie, I think, came out in 2001.
There you go. Perfect. I have a baby climbing up my leg. Ow. Um, Inuyasha would obviously win. However, Golem would probably He'd probably bite off a couple of chunks. That man
Yeah.
eats raw fish.
Yeah, because we also got to take into account the effects of the ring. So, like, the ring made him that way.
True.
So, he's got some super natural mystic magic happening to his body. So, but yeah, I think, yeah.
Like in a game of strength, it would be Inuyasha.
Mhm.
However,
Yeah,
Gollum is manipulative. And he
that's
would
very true. And
somehow
Inuyasha's a
be
little
like,
dumb.
I can help you. And a little,
I was being
a
nice.
little, that man is stupid. He's an idiot. He is an idiot.
I was trying to
Inuyasha
be
and
nice.
idiot both start with I. There you go. He, that man is not smart. No part of him is smart. He literally is brawn with zero brains, okay? He literally is going back and forth between two women in two iterations of a soul. Can't make up his mind. No, absolutely not. I thought there was a baby under me. No. So like honestly, in a battle of brains, Golem would probably win because he would somehow manipulate him to trust him and think that he can help. Meanwhile, the whole time Inuyasha would just be like, "What is a precious? What's he
Yeah.
talking about?" So I feel like it really just depends on how they duke it out.
Yeah.
Brawn, Inuyasha. Brains, Golem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a fair assessment.
yeah.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
I mean, I agree. I just that's just yeah. I'm trying to think of like what else would possibly make it either even or not even, but like I mean, because the only one who really suspected Gollum was Sam, and he
Mm-hmm.
managed to get Frodo to turn against Sam. So I wonder if he would do the same thing with Inuyasha and Kagome.
I'm sure he could try.
She's too
Kagome
smart for that
wouldn't.
though.
She, yeah, she'd see through it like immediately and she'd be like, first of all, why are you speaking to me? You're icky. Second of all, she'd be like, quit being dumb. Smack him. Smack him over the head.
Smack him. Just
Smack
like
him.
whack-a-mole.
She'd probably end up smacking him. She'd hit him with like her bow or something, or a frying
Yeah.
pan. She'd run him over with her bike. He's just a guy. Hit him with your car.
The
In
car.
this case, your bike.
I mean, fair.
Let's see, number 10.
10. Levi Ackerman.
Clary Fairchild. She would get her ass whooped. She would die.
That's not even a question.
Like, it's not even like, oh, brains are brawn. Levi's got it all.
He's got everything.
He's got the brains, he's got the brawn, he's got the face card.
Oh yeah.
He does not have the height. However, they would be
That doesn't
evenly
matter.
matched in that. They would be evenly matched in height.
Yeah.
Because he's what, like fucking 5'2"?
And the by the time Clary gets done drawing whatever rune she's coming up with, Levi would already have her head sliced off.
Oh man.
Because
That
if
wasn't
because
even
if we're
like a
taking into account
fair.
everything else, because he's got the agility too.
True. He'd literally be slinging around. I would say like, oh, he'd just be like fucking with her and like teasing her, like swinging around, blah 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 blah. But no, Levi doesn't have time for that. He's got to
No.
go and kill
He's got
the
bigger things to worry about, literally.
yeah. He's got to go get the Beast Titan. He's got to beat up the Beast Titan. He doesn't have time for Clary Fairchild.
You know, Clary, she would have all these dumb ass like remarks and like snarky comments, and Levi would just be sitting there like, "Are you done yet?" Like he wouldn't even say anything. He'd just stare at her and she'd burst into tears.
It's not a fair fight at all. It's
No,
not a fair fight
no.
at all.
Number one.
Deku.
I put Rapunzel.
The two girliest baby angel characters. Neither of them would win. But to
No,
be
they
totally
wouldn't.
honest with you, it would be Rapunzel. Um,
Yeah, they wouldn't even fight. But if they had to, yeah.
I, because Deku would be like, I can't hit a girl. Meanwhile, he had probably just gotten out of like some other battle and he's got broken fingers and
And she's got
ankles.
a frying pan,
She's
so
got a frying pan. Rapunzel would not hesitate to
no.
smack him with that frying pan. So like I said neither of them would win. No, it would absolutely 100% be Rapunzel.
Mm.
Full stop. She wouldn't hesitate at all. She would smack the absolute living shit out of him with that goddamn frying pan. She'd be like, yeah, badunk, tie him up. No big deal. She'd be like, all right, how did you find my tower? Who are you? Who sent you? What do you want?
How did you get in here?
How did you get in here?
How did
And
you get
Deku
in
would be
here?
like, I don't even know. I don't
Ha- yeah,
That's
what
too
would be
far for my imagination to reach.
yeah, I'm trying to think of like what the scenario. Maybe they got reports of like a girl stuck in a tower or something. I don't know.
He's like, I have to save her. And he's like, oh my God, your quirk is your hair. Can you move it? And she's like, what are you
It
talking about?
glows.
It glows. It can heal. He's like, oh, a healing quirk. I just have broken bones.
He would need Rapunzel. He would need that hair.
Yes, he would break himself trying to get up the tower. And then she'd smack him and then she'd have to heal him. Flower gleam and glow. Let your magic shine. Make the clock reverse. Bring back what once was mine. What once was
Mine.
We need to continue My Hero Academia. I think
Yeah.
we're on season what,
You're on
4?
like I think it was season 4,
3,
yeah.
4? I'm scrolling up. I'm on MyAnimeList.
Mm,
For those of you that don't have MyAnimeList, you should get that. I should put
yeah.
that in our description. If anyone wants to add us on MyAnimeList, we
Yeah.
have finished season 4 and we've seen 2 of the movies. I
We
remember when
finished
we
season
rented those.
4?
We finished season 4.
Oh, was the end of season 4 the fight with Endeavor?
Shit, if I remember. You know how long it's been since we watched it? Too
It's
fucking
been way
long.
too long.
Too long.
It's been way too
Did
long.
we start not chapter? Did we start season 5? We started season 5. We are 6 episodes into season 5. That was years ago. At this point, it was years ago.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to rewatch a couple episodes here and there to remind myself what happens.
I have no idea what's going on, don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
I I'm gonna find out when we watch that because I actually have no. Oh, it'll only give me the history up to 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
So I have absolutely no idea when I watched that. Or when we
yikes.
watched that, excuse me. It had to have been when I was in my old apartment, and I've been in the new
Yeah.
apartment for a year and a half now.
Yeah.
So even longer. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Let's see. Number 9.
9. I said Cersei Lannister.
Mine is Tomoe. No contest. I think Tomoe would win.
Yeah.
However, again, this is one of those scenarios or situations, excuse me, where it really depends on how they play it. While
Yeah.
Tomoe is not dumb, he can sometimes be dumb. He's actually quite smart, but Cersei is very smart and
Oh
very
yeah.
cunning and very manipulative and crazy.
Yeah. Can't forget crazy.
Can't forget crazy.
Can't forget
Now,
crazy.
in a battle of strength, she would lose because that bitch can't fight for nothing because she was raised royal and all she did was have babies and use her brain. But in a battle of brain, I think that maybe she could take him out. I don't know how, but she might figure it out.
She'd figure it out. Yeah.
She'd probably threaten Nanami and like hold her hostage or some shit. And
Yeah.
then in a situation like with I can't remember the friend's name. Starts with an M. Melisande with Daenerys, where she cut off her
Oh.
head and like pushed her off the fucking roof.
Yeah. I don't remember her name
Starts with
either.
an M.
Something like that.
Yeah, she'd probably do something like that.
Hmm.
But then she'd piss Tomoe off, and then he would kill everybody
Yeah.
and make her
Yeah.
suffer.
Yeah.
It'd be great. And he'd like go into his like medieval form where he's got the long hair.
The best Tomoe.
The best Tomoe.
Best
All
Tomoe.
Tomoes are good, but
Yeah.
the best Tomoe is the Tomoe with long
Long hair
hair.
Tomoe. Yeah.
Long hair Tomoe. Yes, good. Yes, good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I agree.
she'd give him a run for his money, but she
Yeah.
would not win.
No.
Ultimately, he would win.
Yeah. I mean, he does have literal magic, so yeah.
And she is just blonde. She's just blonde.
She's just blonde.
And a brother fucker.
That too.
I
That
mean,
too.
she might get Jamie to help her out, but he can't take on Tomoe.
Yeah, no.
We don't fuck with brother fuckers.
No.
Just reminds me of Credence. Oh, Uncle Jake.
Ugh.
People have read that book and enjoyed it and said it was good.
I wonder
What
how
about
therapy's going
incest
for
is
them.
good for you? Oh, what about incest is good to you? But also, there are people with mental problems. Am I one of those people? On a different side of the spectrum? Yes. On this particular side of the spectrum? No. Did I read the book anyway for book talk? Yes. I'm sorry. Don't judge me. I do it for the internet.
I gotta do it for the plot. Gotta
Gotta
do
do
it
it
for the
for the
plot.
plot. Gotta do it for the internet. Me and my stupid ass books that I read that I have to tell you guys about on the podcast because it's entertaining, even though literally we never get more than 50 views, but it's fine. Does anyone watch past the first 2 minutes of the podcast? Oh,
No.
are we gonna keep making it anyway? Ah,
Yeah.
we've been doing this shit for almost 5 months now.
Yeah. Yay! I'm proud of us.
Yeah, because this is episode 19. So yeah, it'll be 5 months next week. So yeah, we're kicking ass. We're taking names. You know, it's fine. It's fine.
Lucky number 7. Yay.
Number 7.
7.
Katniss.
Cat.
Everdeen.
Interesting. I said Sokka.
She whoop his ass. He certainly would try.
He would
And
try. He would give his best efforts.
he would give his best efforts, but he'd be like, I can't hit a girl. Because, he's a gentleman. Even though he starts out
Yeah, that's true.
misogynistic, it's fine. But she'd whoop his ass, my dude. She
Yeah.
would whoop his ass.
Yeah.
She And I would say he'd be like starstruck because he flirts with everyone ever. But in the books, she's described as like really scrawny and like really awkward and average. So I don't think he would give her the time of day. But at the same time, he's a man whore. So he'd
I say
probably do it anyway just because.
it would depend. Is it season 1 Sokka or season 3 Sokka? Because if it's season 1, yes, but season 3 Sokka has Suki.
Very true. Very true. Because then, like, thinking of the
That's
different
also 2 different
seasons,
Sokkas too.
yes, he he would certainly try with his boomerang. He just would not win. She's just too good. She's too
Yeah.
good, and he wouldn't even get near her. Like he'd try with like the boomerang and
Yeah.
everything, but he wouldn't even get near her. She'd just between the eyes.
I will say though, this is probably the most not even fight, but like kind of even because they're about the same age and they're both war children, I guess.
Yeah, Sokka has
So,
seen many things. He's been
yeah,
in war. He has fought in wars.
he has a
Katniss,
magical sister.
yeah, Katniss be fighting to the death. To the death. She be killing people. She's real smart. I also feel like
Yeah,
she's just got pure dumb luck in a lot of
that too.
ways, but so does
Yeah,
Sokka.
yeah.
They might
And
be
I
more
do think,
evenly matched than I thought.
I say, and Sokka, his intelligence gets overlooked a lot because he's pretty smart himself. He's not when it counts, but
He just
but
is
like the
also stupid.
yeah. But like if you think about the boiling rock, that entire episode of him breaking his dad out of prison, it didn't always
Yeah,
go to plan, but
he
like
tried.
he's more of a have a battle plan, but also be able to wing it kind of guy, you know?
Yeah. Again, I would say that Katniss is also really good at that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what would sway it. Man,
Huh.
they might just be fighting until one of them gives up.
Yeah.
Because they're also both very tenacious,
Hmm.
considering, Sokka held on to Toph like, in the air and was
Yeah.
like, we're not gonna die.
Yeah.
And Katniss is like, I'm not fucking dying.
And the training he
Wow.
did for his meteor sword, space sword, is what he called it. Space sword.
She led a revolution. He
Yeah.
also kind of led a revolution. You know, it,
They
yeah.
have, I say that's kind of evenly matched. They're like, I still think there's got to be something though.
Uh, Throw PETA in there. If Sokka's trying to kill PETA, then Katniss will win. I don't think that Sokka would go as buck wild for Suki
Are you
because,
kidding? Suki would take out
well,
Katniss.
yes, but listen, if Suki just like was not superhuman, then like because the romance between Sokka and Suki isn't as explored as the
Yeah.
romance between Peeta and Katniss, and then like they end up having babies and shit, like
Yeah. And
literally Peeta
Katniss
was
and Peeta
being
trauma
tortured for
bonded.
her. Yes, they trauma bonded. He was tortured for her, real or not real. My soul. They had babies. Literally, they almost died 15 times together. They both they both got electrocuted and stung by tracker jackers and the whole 9 yards, man. Like Suki and Sokka are really cute, but they are not on the level of penis and their absolute devotion to each other. So like throw Peeta in the mix somewhere in there. Like he's completely defenseless and Sokka's like trying to kill him. Katniss would absolutely pull out all the stops and she would win. But Sokka is not capable of doing that with Suki because their relationship is not that in depth yet.
That's
We
fair.
don't see it.
Okay. So with the romance partners added, Katniss, without the outside forces, up for debate.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty even. They're pretty even. I
Yeah.
know that people are going to disagree with us, but we just went through all of the points. You're going to say
Yeah.
Katniss, but I really feel like if you just look at it all from
Gotta say, I think like
the bigger
you
picture.
yeah, you really gotta look at Sokka too, because like he's a goofy character, but it's also a kid's show. But like if you really think about it, he's pretty well packed.
As an adult, wasn't he like some type of general or some shit?
Yeah, something like that.
Mans knows what he's about.
Yeah.
He knows what he's about. He's badass. There you go. Yes. Evenly matched. Well, yes.
Yep.
Um, so before we only had 10. Well, I started with 9, she started with 10. I gave a 10th one, and we've added a couple more just for shits and giggles. Number 13.
13.
13. Do you have 13?
I do. I said Yuri Katsuki from Yuri on Ice.
Mine is Debbie from Shameless. She would fucking break his jaw. She literally would be like, who the fuck is this fruity little shit? Oh my God. She'd literally
Oh,
beat him up and steal his lunch money.
oh, yeah. And you know what's funny about that too? I almost put Yurio instead. Because then
Uriel might
Yurio,
be able to take her.
yeah, because Yurio wouldn't care. He's like, all right, fight me, let's go. But Yuri Katsuki, no. My apologies, Yuri. That's not even
Icy
a
climbed
question.
up my chair. Yeah, Yuri has nope, there is not a chance in hell that he would
Now,
ever beat Debbie.
if they were on ice, maybe.
Maybe, because she definitely doesn't know how to figure skate.
Nope.
Because that bitch is poor, but she would beat up Yuri, she'd steal his lunch
Yep.
money, and then she'd leave her baby there with him.
Yeah.
She's not a good mom. And
No,
I have only watched up to where she gets pregnant. That's it. That's
you're
all
not
that
missing
I
anything.
stopped. I
That's a
stopped,
fair
but
assessment.
I've seen bits and pieces on TikTok of
Mm,
what happens after. Like I just got a bit where Lip has a baby named Freddie, who I am going to assume is his baby. And he goes to try and buy like groceries or something, and his card declines. And then it cuts to her with his credit card with a shitload of shopping bags and a tacky ass dress, and she's acting like she's rich.
mm.
the way I would go to jail for beating the brakes off of that bitch. Even like Kid Debbie could take Yuri.
Yeah. Okay. Since we got up to 13, number 11.
11.
Okay.
I was like, this is gonna be funny. 11 for number 11.
Yeah, that'd be funny. I said Klaus from Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, no, she'd win.
Yeah.
He's a fucking idiot. I love him, but he's a fucking idiot.
Are drugs involved? Because if he's high off his ass, he might be able to do something.
Maybe. But I highly doubt he'd be able to take her bitchin' mind powers. Considering she like opened up a rift in the fucking universe and took
Yeah.
on the Demogorgon and the goddamn Mind Flayer and whatever else she's gonna take on in this
Yeah.
next season.
You know what he could do? Because he can see dead people, he could play with her a little bit. He could fuck with her and be like, oh yeah, you see all these people that you killed?
Be like, look at that. Look at it.
But then also that would,
Uh feel the guilt.
yeah. But then that would also kind of piss her off and make it worse for him. So, you know.
And then she'd go bonkers because 11 has basically no control over
No,
anything that she does.
no.
She would try.
She'll
She would
try.
not
Yeah.
succeed.
Mm.
He would definitely try to rile her. He would not win.
No.
He would not win, but he would try. He would
Yeah,
look
we'll try.
great while doing it. He would
Yes.
make it very, very dramatic.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then he would have to tell her the story about how he was a cult leader.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was Jesus.
Yeah.
He was Jared Leto. He was Jared Leto. I have
Yeah.
thoughts on Jared Leto in his weird ass cult.
This is
It's
not
like,
the episode for
oh,
that, but we can
it's
get
not the
into that.
episode, but Jared Leto, man. Jared fucking Leto. Da 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 da. Two.
Ooh. Bellamy from the 100.
Cardan Greenbriar. Ugh. I feel like Cardan can't fight.
No, he never got physical with anyone, really.
He he'd use all of his brain power because he's very, very smart and very cunning and manipulative,
Yeah.
but I don't think he can fight.
No. No, he would send in Jude to fight for him.
Yes, he would.
But if we take
And
out Jude, it's Bellamy.
Bellamy would snap him like a twig.
Yeah. And that's okay because we love Bellamy, but also R.I.P. Cardan because we know I love that man. So
Yeah. He
I'll
picked
show up
me
to
up
his
and he
funeral.
shook me like a dog. I Bellamy would literally whoop his ass. Stop climbing up here. Hi, C just loves me so much. He said, but Miss Bonka. Just his little ears. He's behind me as I'm sitting really stupid in my chair because it's more comfortable for me. What are you doing, son? He just wants to be near me, and he's gonna end up getting himself killed. Um, yeah, Bellamy would win. We love Bellamy. I have not finished the 100. Please don't judge me. I need to continue.
I
Told you could do on chords.
you will have thoughts on the 100.
I've seen to like season 3 or 4.
Mm.
I've seen where like the AI happens and the AI is like trying to destroy the world or some shit.
Mhm.
Prime fire. I don't know,
There,
man.
there's there's a lot that happens, and you're gonna have a lot of thoughts on them, and I'm excited to see what they are, because yeah, yeah,
I like it.
yeah. All right. Number 5.
Jude. I've got the
Okay.
power couple.
This, okay, I did not plan this, obviously, but this is I've been thinking about this a lot, and I put Mare, and I have been thinking about the fight between Jude and Mare for a while. And I wanted to, and like the reason I started thinking about it was because they're kind of similar to me. Now, given I haven't read War Storm yet, so I don't actually know that much about Mare to the end. But Jude, I'm always going to be Team Jude because Jude has been that bitch from day one. So, like,
For sure.
even with Mare's lightning powers, I feel like Jude would at least get in some damage before being electrocuted.
Mare's pretty damn dumb.
Yeah.
She's tenacious. I'll give her that. She's got a fighting fucking spirit, and she'll go at it until she dies. But she's dumb. And Jude can outsmart her no fucking problem.
Yeah. Because she has to work with the Fae too. So, like, she's
You gotta be
constantly
smart.
fighting. Yeah, she's constantly fighting for her life, especially against Cardan in the first book. So,
Like being a human in fairy, one, you're fighting for your life. Two, you're having to make sure that people aren't one, drugging you, and two, like getting you into weird ass deals,
yeah.
deals and promises and not catching you in lies and shit because they'll cut off your hands.
Yeah. And like, Mare's always got a knife somewhere on her. So, and she knows how to use them too. So, and
If Mare did not have her powers, Jude
yeah.
was like, Mare's cool. You know, she's got her powers. She can wield lightning. But I don't think she can fight either. I
No,
don't, she
she,
can't fight. She's a
no,
distance fighter. She be
yeah,
blowing blood.
yeah, there's no, I, there's not a whole lot of strategy.
No.
Whereas Jude is out here poisoning herself for like a year on purpose.
Like that bitch knows how to play the political game.
Yeah,
Mare does not.
no.
Jude would trick her.
Mare fell for every trap that was set for her. Jude fell for maybe a couple of them. And even when she did, she still saw them coming.
Yeah. The only thing that Jude was really stupid about was not getting that Cardan made her the fucking queen.
I know that is the one thing. Yeah,
I was taken aback.
I know. I just she was complaining about it, and I just sat there and I stared at the wall for a good like 5, 10 minutes because I was like, there's no way you're this stupid after everything you've been through.
I will never, ever forget the page. The page where he wrote Jude over and over 100 times, and the stains, and
Everybody knows what they are.
everybody thinks it's tear stains, and they're fucking wrong. We all know what it actually is.
Yeah.
You just don't want to admit it. We all know it's baby gravy. That man's thinking about his woman and
He'd been
her
thinking
sticking
about
a
her from
knife.
day one.
Exactly. He's been thinking about his woman and her sticking her knife to his throat. And he's over here like, Jude, Jude. It's baby gravy. Don't even fucking start with me. And if you think that it's not, you're wrong. Like I know that it's YA, but Holly can get spicy.
Yeah,
Holly
well,
can get
because like
spicy.
the scenes weren't even fade to black, really. Like there was a good bit of like not graphic, but like you still knew what was going on.
You know that man was jizzing on the page. Don't even try to
Yeah,
tell me that he wasn't. He's a man.
he's a
You
man.
think that you think that he's crying on the paper? No. That man's jizzing on his journal. I would take that as the biggest compliment.
Oh my God.
Find a page of just my name written a million times and just jizz all over the paper. He thinks about me. I need
Despite
community control.
Yeah. So despite Mare's lightning abilities, I will always be Team Jude just because we know I think Mare is annoying.
Mare is annoying.
So I will always be Team Jude. Jude is one of my all-time favorite like YA female protagonists. So just like in
She's that
general.
bitch.
Yeah,
She is
love it.
that bitch. I am thinking.
What number did we just do?
We just did 5.
Okay. I forgot to mark it off. Okay.
Number 12.
12. Light Yagami from Death Note.
Ellie from The Last of Us. She she'd bust his kneecaps. She'd
Yeah.
bust his kneecaps.
Because, I mean, like, if you take away the Death Note, what is light really?
That bitch can't fight.
No.
He can't fight. He's a sissified Tweety bird.
I say the one doing all the killing is the Death Note. So, like, I don't like what. There's not much to say about that. So, like, if people are aware of like who Ellie is, then there's no argument. But like, if you don't know who Ellie is, you got to figure it out, dude. Light
For
is not
those of
winning.
you, no, for those of you that have not seen, first of all, The Last of Us show, and second of all, like seen someone play The Last of Us video game or played it yourselves. Ellie, she was badass even at like 12 years old.
Mm.
How old was she? 12, 13, 14, something like that. She is a rootin' tootin' cussing little shit. She knows how to shoot a bow. She kept Joel alive. She knows how to shoot a gun, and she will literally beat the shit out of you. She beat the shit out of Abby. She killed the doctor. It's the whole thing, dude. She
Yeah,
beat Light's ass.
yeah,
That's really all there is to it.
yeah. And like
Whether
she would
she was
have,
grown or not.
yeah, like there would be like he would also need to have a reason to have her name in the Death Note. So like if he doesn't have her name and he doesn't have a reason to be going after her, or like if he doesn't know her last name in like a fist fight,
I
she's
don't
gonna
even think
have it.
we know her last name. Do we know
And
her
that's
last
true.
name?
Um, like his neck would be broken before he could even get his pencil out.
She'd be like, "What are you doing? Writing a fucking diary entry, you pansy?" Like, what do you think it's gonna do? Are you gonna give me a fucking paper cut? Sissy. Little bitch. She would literally call him all of the names in the fucking
Oh
dictionary
yeah.
that she could possibly think of.
Oh, absolutely. Ellie Williams. Nice.
That's boring.
Yeah, well, you can only be so interesting in a zombie apocalypse, you know?
You can only be so interesting in a zombie apocalypse. Shut the fuck up.
Let's go three.
So, it was previously Mare.
Mm.
I changed it so that we
I
weren't
had to
talking
take,
about her again.
yeah, I had to take Jude off of my list too. It's okay.
There you go. So now it is Julian from the Forbidden Game.
Edward Cullen.
Oh my God, it's another one of those. It entirely depends on like brain or brawn. Brains or brawn. I, because I don't think in the books Julian ever really like fights anyone, but he's like
Yeah,
extremely powerful
yeah,
and like he can use like mind powers and like make you go crazy and shit. And
yeah.
I feel like that might work to his advantage because Edward
But
also reads minds. So then
yeah,
either way, he wouldn't even need to try and he could like overload Edward's brain.
yeah,
But like if Edward got his hands on him,
yeah,
it would be Edward's fight, man.
yeah. So like if he got close enough, then yeah, Edward. But you would have to
From a
get
distance.
close enough to
Yes.
Julian to actually be able to do that. And I
Yeah.
don't think Julian's not stupid enough to let you do that.
No. He'd be hiding in his shadows, minding his own beeswax, trying to manipulate Jenny into loving him forever. And he would just be sending brain waves to Edward.
Yeah.
You're gonna hurt yourself. He'd just be sending brain waves and
Brainwaves.
he would end up winning. Because he's so smart. He's so smart, unlike Heisey.
Poor Heisey.
Last one,
All
number
right.
6.
Number 6. I said Thorn from Lunar Chronicles.
Ooh, mine is Triss from Divergent.
Well, Triss dies anyway.
No spoilers.
If you haven't read Divergent by now, there's nothing we can do.
I
But like also Thorn has an airship.
Thorn has an airship and he
He has
may
a
be
spaceship
dumb, but he went to prison
for
for
protesting soap.
for
But
protesting soap.
he was in prison.
He
He
was
just
in
had
prison.
he can just leave out the soap part.
And leave out the soap. He was in prison. You know, I'm sure he got into fights. He also broke out of prison
Yeah.
after
And
protesting soap.
after protesting soap, yeah. And depending on what, and I think Marissa Meyer left this up to interpretation, up to the audience, like on purpose. But like, so like he gets three of his fingers, three, two. He gets two of his fingers shot off by Cress in winter, and he was eager to get cyborg fingers. So if we think about the fact that he might have cyborg fingers, he might have a fancy one like Cinder and have something in his fingers. Maybe.
Phew.
One of them
My
would
brain
probably
went
be a
to
comb.
dirty things. Cyborg fingers. But no, he definitely has a comb in one of his fingers, and the other one is
Yeah.
probably like a Swiss Army knife. Or, or from the old like Looney Tunes cartoons, the bang, bang. He'd be like, I'm gonna get you, bang. I
Cinder would
swear I'll
not
blow
sign
your
off
head
on giving
off.
him a gun in his finger.
Bang. Listen, Thorn does what he wants.
He does what he wants.
Triss would not win. She could definitely try. She's got her weird fucking 6 fears that she gets through, and she's able to not be taken over by brainwashing serum.
Yeah.
But really, in a fight, Thorn could take her. Because do you remember, and I'm specifically like going off of like the movie Triss, and how fucking lame they made her look.
Oh my
Like,
God.
oh my God, Shailene Woodley. And there's that one scene where she's like training and she's doing the same fucking move over and over again
Yeah.
against a dummy mannequin. Bah, 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 bah,
Yeah.
bah, bah. Girl, what the fuck are you doing? That's not gonna help you in a fight. You gotta learn to move. Bah, 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 bah.
Yeah.
Just elbows, elbows, elbows.
And
Thorn went
if
to
we think
prison.
about the time, yeah, and if we think about the time that um Thorn was on the Rampion with the other, so like he would be maybe he might be sparring with like Wolf or like Jason. Maybe Scarlet. Scarlet would spar with him because she would get annoyed. So like he would know a thing or two.
He'd know a thing or two about a thing or two.
Yeah,
More than bah, 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 bah,
more
bah.
than the elbows.
The fucking elbows. And just God. And 4, hey, block your face, block your face. Thorn would be like, I don't need to block my face because he just would immediately knock her out. Would he
Yeah.
be ungentlemanly and hit a woman? No, but
No.
just forget the fact that she's a woman and he'd be whooping her ass.
Yeah.
He'd
Well,
literally get her on her ass immediately.
yeah. And like if you throw in I would say if you throw in Cress, but Cress can handle herself, and so can Cinder, but I feel like he was a little more protective of Cinder than he was Cress. Because he knew that Cress could handle herself.
Yeah, that's his woman. Cress
And like,
lived in fucking space, dog.
yeah. And Cinder was like his best friend. So and she was had a whole bunch of issues. So if you were to put like Cinder in there and be like, protect her. Okay, Bob.
Bang.
Okay.
Chow. Maybe
Yeah,
like
with the
a
comb, just hey.
eh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, Sonny, yeah.
That concludes this quite funny episode of Narrative Notions. Thank you for listening. And if you have any input on who you think would win in any of these fights, let us know. Because who knows? We might be wrong. We might be missing a few details. We would love to know. You can catch us on Spotify and YouTube, depending on whether or not you want to see our faces, see what's in the background, usually Bianca's cats. And yeah, that's all for today's episode. Thank you for listening/watching, and we will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Goodbye.